Hey guys, what is up? We're here with some folk tale. I'm not sure what this is. I'm just gonna say that right now. I have no idea. I saw it on Steam. It looks fantastic. I want to try it. So here we are. Enjoy. New game. Campaign. I heard it's an RPG, city builder or village builder. Alrighty, here we are with the tutorial. Yeah, I heard it's an RPG, village builder, city builder, which are two things that I love, so we're gonna do this. Alrighty. This is the story of a guy called Bob. Great. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. I'm a recovering alcoholic. It could be easy if you hadn't been... It could easily have been about Bob's sister Gertrude, but instead she was in the next room shooting people in the face and screaming a lot. Alright, awesome. Bob was an intrepid village builder. Some might argue a control freak with a desire to boss about a little people while they did his bidding. Nevertheless, Bob was eager to learn. That eager is spelled incorrectly, by the way. Like all omnipotent gods, Bob needed to move freely over the land, otherwise he'd be stuck looking at the same place of sodden grass for a very, very long time. The edges of the screen seemed like a fine place to explore with the mouse pointer, the physical embodiment of all that was Bob. That is sort of fantastic. Bob also had a hand, a mighty hand that could click and hold things down like the mouse that lived on his desk. It wasn't long before Bob learned to... Hi, my name's Bob. Learned to hold down the middle button and drag mouse pan the camera. Drag his mouse to pan the camera. Yes, that thing. Pushing buttons was soon to become Bob's forte. Holding down left Alt while moving the mouse along his desk led to the rather astonishing discovery. Bob could rotate the world. The world! The previous evening, Bob had been loitering in a local tavern when he overheard the chatter of a mystical cog on the top bar. Cog was so powerful, contained the very means by which to change how the world itself was viewed. Eyesight could be improved, ears made more sensitive, and Bob's mouse could be tweaked. Exciting stuff, thought Bob. Maybe something to explore later. Or now. It was time for Bob's first epiphany. There would be many that day, too many for a lesser god to process, but Bob was no ordinary god. Bob was smart. Bob could cope. That was not the day for that Bob would rage quit. Wow, I can read sentences very well, I promise. Clicking out Yep, been one of those days, sorry. Clicking the left mouse button on a villager caused something peculiar to happen. Villagers would say something as if waiting for a divine command. Spurred on by his discovery, Bob right-clicked on the ground short distance away. Lo and behold, the villagers started running. Yes, my dear. Oh my. What you want?
Really?
Job done.
What now?
Sorry.
Alright, my love.
Right, gotcha. Now, if only Bob could get the villagers to do something useful, like foraging for berries or chopping down trees, that would truly be remarkable. More villagers would be roping in to help, would need roping in to help. Holding down the left mouse button and dragging the mouse, Bob drew a selection box that selected all the subjects caught within. Bob's cup was overflowing with a sort of self-initiative, the kind that would no doubt land the villagers in grave peril. Yay! Oh god. And now it's night.
Yes, Petal.
So my assumption here is that we go, I don't know, mine for some shit, yes. Hey, look at that. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. Just realized. Quests. Collect 25 planks. Yes, this looks like planks. Excellent. Now, I'm not sure where we're gonna get berries from, but we'll find out. Is there a way to... No. I'm sort of used to the whole... I kind of wish the middle mouse button would pan around instead of the alt. But that's okay. Right, yes. Where are berries? Hey look! Berry bushes. Right there. Meow. Cool. Where is... Oops.
Huh?
Be
On
right
my
there,
way.
darling.
excellent. Yeah, I'm kind of used to the whole right click to pan around and middle click to pan around and right click to move, but you know, this works too. That's all right. Took a second for that to update. It's all right. Supply wagon. It has a health bar. Interesting. What do we got? Oh, interesting. Looks like a mine. Should be interesting later. Having observed that the lazy villages would take forever to perform even the simplest of tasks, Boz was determined to find a faster route to achieving world domination. Perhaps if a villager dedicated themselves to woodcutting, in time they would become better at it. They'd need somewhere to work from, and a woodcutter's hut seemed just like just the place. Unusually, Bob had studied the manual before. Yes, he did. Totally. So manual before starting, and knew that the woodcutter's hut could be found by pressing the hammer icon in the center of the top bar. Buildings were organized into basic, military, and advanced. Such a simple thing as chopping wood could be found under the basic group, no doubt with a big axe on it. But why did the hut change color from green to red as it moved around the landscape? That was a good question, thought Bob in a self-congratulatory way. Perhaps the red indicated something was blocking construction and that green meant all was well again. It seems so obvious with hindsight, and as did right-clicking to cancel construction. Right, gotcha. I understand. Also, the mouse wheel to zoom in and out might be a good idea, with this. I don't know. I feel like changing control schemes depending on what you've clicked or what you have selected isn't the best of ideas. Because it is a little bit confusing because I kind of want to zoom in and out, and now I'm not sure exactly how. So I have to cancel, zoom out, and then try again. Yeah, it's a little bit finicky. Generally, if I create a control scheme, I stick with it. I don't, sorry, game developer, hi. Generally, if I create a control scheme, I stick with it. So I try and make sure that I don't change control schemes arbitrarily, which helps with just basic kind of stuff, you know? It just helps for the player to understand what's going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and just place that there. I kind of want to place that near the wood because, you know, that would make sense. Build a woodcutter's hut. So you know what we're gonna do? Hi. We're gonna cancel all of you guys over there. I think there's 4 of you, right? I don't know. Something. Excellent. Rise from the ashes, my pretty. Wahaha. It's November 1st, and I never got to do Halloween stuff. It made me sad. Bob took a moment to admire the new woodcutter's hut. It was a fine achievement, something to be really proud of. Now, if only Bob could find a way to train a few woodcutters. I'm gonna guess that we train 2 woodcutters. Hey, excellent. Thanks to Bob's leadership, woodcutters can now chop down trees, making planks for construction and firewood for warmth. The peasants were pleased, mostly because they no longer had to do it. 75 planks for a job well done, nice. Safe with the knowledge of at least one way of training professions, and that the woodcutters replant seedlings for sustainable forestry. Excellent. Bob was filled with the confidence to try something new. You'll get there. You'll get there. Splinters? What the hell are you doing? Alright. Bob wanted more followers, edging slowly but surely towards becoming a control freak. Right. Building cottages for his little people to live in seemed like a positive move. An even better idea would be to build the cottages close to the woodcutter's hut so peasants wouldn't have to carry firewood so far. Alright. Let's make some cottages. Hello, cottage. Where are we here? I believe that's the front. Excellent. Let's put it around, say, a campfire. And we'll make 2 of those because it's requiring me to make 2 of those. Bloop. 2. Uno, dos. Looks good. It lives! Alrighty, excellent. And night once again. These people do not sleep. Good to know. I assume I'm gonna have to feed these guys. Just a guess.
Construction completed.
Noticing the numbers on the top bar next to the chubby villager face. Yes. Bob immediately recognized the first number was to be the current population. With brain cogs now whirring almost uncontrollably, Bob deduced that the second number must surely be housing capacity, as each newly constructed cottage caused it to increase by 5. I'm impressed, Bob, said the imaginary voice, speaking inside his head. Clearly, you are meant for great things. Bob smiled, but only a little. I'm smiling, but only a little. Now, Bob, if you want to attract new folks, you'll need to make this a happy place, continued the voice. Bob knew just where to look and opened the civics menu by left-clicking on the weighing scales icon on the top bar. Wow, so many widgets and tabs, it was almost overwhelming. Bob regained composure and soon figured out the villagers had needs, and failing to meet those needs would have dire consequences. Bob had acquired the power to ration subjects and objects, controlling their greed during times of trouble. I could also be generous, thought Bob. Surely that would make the greedy sods happier. Oh, the needy sods happier. Well, you know, both are accurate. Indeed it would, Bob, but the stores would empty pretty fast, and so let's not go there, replied the imaginary voice of reason. To help Bob out, things would flash from time to time. Yellow warned that Bob was heading for trouble, while red meant that there was a problem requiring immediate attention. Man, I'm not bothered about this, thought Bob. It's so accurate. In time, Bob would learn this to be a moment of exceedingly poor judgment now, as the villagers rebelled and burned all his hard work to the ground. Oh. Ooh, taxes, proclaimed Bob. He grinned with glee at the thought of coffers brimming with gold. I could fund research, construction, and crafting only if I had more gold. Let's tax the bastards, howled Bob, without a moment's thought of how it might impact happiness. Bob was eager to learn when the next gold-laden villagers would arrive and clicked frantically to the second tab. There we go. Just a little bit. To the second tab. Second tab? Second tab. Second tab? Ah, gotcha. Second tab, management, blank. Alright. Presuming there's gonna be more stuff in there. Bob had discovered the population progress bar. Green must mean villagers were closer to arriving, red growing in happiness and the chance of rebellion and villager departures. Perhaps Bob was meant to tweak rationing and taxation and the green bar was growing. Until the green bar was growing. Of course, that would only happen if there were enough cottages and housing capacity, otherwise the bar would remain a rather dull and lifeless gray. Not wishing to miss out on any knowledge, Bob clicked the final tab. Ah, this looked like an overview of my village. Thought Bob. A list of buildings, current research, and yet another means of training professions. There were even icon buttons that allowed Bob to inspect individual buildings before returning to the list. This was a welcome addition indeed, and somehow felt familiar. With coffers slowly filling with a trickle of coin, Bob was keen to put his newfound wealth to work. Left-clicking on the woodcutter's hut presented 4 icons, the first of which would open the building dialogue, allowing Bob to delve deeper into the inner workings of the building. Oh, okay. Good. The workers tab was split into 2 panels. On the left there was current vacancies. If Bob had been a good pupil, 2 of those vacancies would now be filled with woodcutters, and 2 where the vacancy is available to be filled. I am a good pupil. Workers could be selected by left-clicking their portrait and either demoted or found by clicking the buttons below. Ah. To the right were Bob's available peasants. Clicking the plus sign would instruct the peasants to head to the building for training. Having discovered yet another way to train peasants, Bob's mind was blown. Boo! Following a short trip to the local... Bob returned to spot an option for enabling auto-recruit. Checking would cause all the available vacancies to be filled as soon as peasants became available. Now that is very useful. Bob awoke to find himself back in the hospital. Yes, after a good rest, it was time to click the next tab. While the production tab looked awfully daunting, but in reality this was old and would soon be replaced. The only parts that mattered would be the... Good to know, thank you. Were the checkboxes for enabling... I like that, that was great. That was good. For the woodcutters meant focusing production effort to producing logs, firewood, or both. Alright, interesting. Very interesting. Research. This was more like it, thought Bob after clicking the research tab. Spending gold on research can improve buildings, make woodcutters more efficient, and unlock crafting recipes. It all looked worryingly expensive. Luck was with Bob. At the very moment, a rich benefactor stepped forward and donated enough gold to be able to begin researching sawmilling. Fortuitous timing indeed. Research would only progress with one or more workers assigned to the building. More workers would complete the research task in less time. Okay, so actually what's going to end up happening, and I didn't realize after looking at the expanded boundary, is what's going to happen is they are going to plant trees around a specific area. So that area will always have trees. So putting it here was a really terrible idea. Good to know. Like, it's not going to matter how many trees are in an area. Like, I was kind of thinking old-style games where trees were limited resources. Nope, they're going to just replant trees in a specific area, so it would have been a better idea to put it up here somewhere. Good to know. With research completed, it was removed. When the research completed, it was removed from the list, yep. And moved to the top right of the tab. Okay, excellent. Hovering the mouse pointer over the small icons would provide details of what research had been completed so far, yep. Research completed in one hut would benefit any current or future woodcutter huts and workers. Comfortable with how it all worked, Bob proceeded to click on the Upgrades tab. Yay! Although it was far too early to upgrade the woodcutter hut, it was important for Bob to know that it was possible. Excellent. Fire risk? Oh, fantastic. Reduce fire risk by 50%. That's, interesting. Right, upgrading buildings would support more workers, unlock further research, and reduce the risk of fire. Upgrades would become available with the culture score past the stated level. Bob had the required resources available. Bob clicked on the crafting tab. Buildings such as the blacksmith had far more crafting options. The woodcutter's hut had just one. The conversion of planks into firewood. It didn't seem particularly useful when all was well in the village. Bob was a wise leader, though, possessing the foresight that if firewood stocks were to run out, being able to chop up planks would provide welcome relief against the cold and most certainly help prevent a catastrophe. Rebelling peasants with burning torches, a compulsion towards arson, and the availability of thatched roofs sprang to mind. Good, good. Shaking the image out of his head, Bob clicked on the equipment tab. I'm sort of curious now. Equipment stores helped ease the management burden from Bob's broad shoulders. Rather than equipping each work individually, Bob could open the master inventory panel and simply drag gear into the equipment store tab. Workers would automatically equip the best gear available. There was nothing Bob hated more than chores and micromanagement. Nice. I am so with you. I am so very with you, Mr. Advisor and Mr. Game Developer. Thank you. I appreciate your hard work. He was mildly pleased that someone hidden away in a back room sat huddled over a box pushing buttons had thought this through. Wow. Meta. So, by now, Bob was growing impatient, yearning to return to construction and adventure. It was time to leave the bean counting behind. It was all going rather well, but villagers would only put up with eating berries for so long. A little variety wouldn't go amiss and would improve villager happiness as well. It was high time Bob imparted some of his divine wisdom by providing some good folk with knowledge of farming, starting with a windmill. Excellent. Let's build ourselves a windmill. Hello, Mr. Windmill. I assume once again area of influence. So what I'm going to do this time is be an intelligent human being, hopefully, and place this in an area that it would actually be useful. And by be useful, I mean I have no idea where the hell this is going. I really don't. Red is bad. Oh, gotcha. Yes. It's like red is bad. Things I've learned. Whoops. Today. Windmill. This is going to be see, there's a line there, a fine line between how much space I want and how much space I need. That's okay. Looks like there's a bridge over there. I'm gonna go. I don't think wheat production is gonna be that valuable. Famous last words. So I'm gonna actually put it over here. It's still useful. Don't get me wrong, but it has more limited space. It's going to be valuable. but I would prefer to have that space available for other things as well. I assume I can still place things in other things areas, as I probably have done here, just it would take up space.
A building has been constructed.
So let's go ahead
Yes,
and
dear. All right, dear.
learn you and learn you. While surely a grand feat of architecture and construction, let me go ahead and do one demote. Said demote. Excellent. A windmill without wheat fields was about as useful as a grave robber at a crematorium. Yay! Bob set about organizing his underlings to construct several wheat fields. Alright, oh, that's like several windmills, what the hell? Without being prompted, Bob built the fields close to the windmill. Trying to do otherwise would be folly, as the lazy farmer would simply turn a blind eye rather than walk all that way. Ah, good to know. Whoa, hi.
I got wood.
Tree. Right, okay, where do I do that? So... Oh, wheat fields, that's actually a construction thing. Oh. I am an idiot. I know what I'm doing. Totally know what I'm doing. Alrighty. Excellent.
Completed.
It might be useful to have a grid option as well, because otherwise it's going to be very tedious very quickly. But you know, whatever. Oh, I need to build 3 of these. Wow, okay. I did not plan this ahead at all. Wheat didn't just magically appear. Can we reduce taxes for a minute? Like 0 taxes for just a second? Yeah. Okay, wheat didn't just magically appear. It would take time to grow, and then unless Bob expected the villagers to eat flour, which is frankly sounded revolting, there was just enough time to build a bakery. Alright. A bakery. I wonder if there's a way to pause this. That way I don't, like, end up losing a ton of villagers. Where in the world is
Another villager has abandoned our town.
I'm sorry. I know there's not enough food. Can we, like, have a few of you foraging for berries? Would that be a good idea? Just gonna guess. Maybe, probably. Let's see here.
Construction completed.
Okay.
Train a baker. Looks good.
All right, my love. Yes, Petal. Okay.
My pleasure.
Let's...
Be right there, darling.
No, sorry. Forage for berries.
Busy, busy, busy.
Alright, I believe we run out of food. Yes, we have. That's probably why. Excellent. I like progress bars. 100%. Let's get to work, farmer. Enough milling around.
Love.
Excellent. Bakers would collect flour and water and bake it into bread. With more than just berries to eat, villager happiness would soon to rise. That thing. Excellent. Yes, I know there's not enough food. Bob took a moment of quiet contemplation to appreciate all that he had achieved. Having mastered construction and economy, Bob felt the overwhelming desire to head out in search of adventure. Yes, mastery, clearly. With precision timing, as if he'd been listening to the story unfold all this time, the hero Sir Gregory wandered into town. A hero. My hero. Oh, Jesus. Hi. Submitting entirely to Bob's will. Great. Sir Gregory possessed special abilities that would appear around his portrait in the bottom left of the screen. Any of Sir Gregory's abilities would become useful in combat when they could be targeted at enemies. Experimenting with Sir Gregory's first ability, Bob discovered that some abilities could be used at any time, although why would you want iron skin during peaceful times is beyond me. Why you would want. Imagine the weight of carrying that around while he did the grocery shopping. I digress. Sir Gregory would head over the bridge in search of the unknown in the direction of the quest marker that had thoughtfully been added to the minimap. Oh, that quest marker. Hello, you.
Onward!
Sir Gregory stumbled across a site that had recently seen battle. Several dead lay beside a ransacked weapon. Whoever the good people were, they put up a fight and paid the price. Perhaps there might be clues nearby, thought Bob.
Ready to serve!
Hey, look. Loot. Loot-all. The teeth necklace led Bob to just one conclusion. Kobolds. A rustle in the bushes startled Bob. The scavenging party had come back for the last of the supplies. It was time to fight.
Attack!
Excellent. Yep, totally know what I'm doing. Not watching numbers, and hoping for the best. Totally know what I'm doing. Yay, Bob was victorious. Sir Gregory had grown in power, could now level up. As Sir Gregory selected, Bob left-clicked the bag icon on the character portrait reel or press C to open the character sheet. Right. Bob surveyed Sir Gregory's stats with great interest. Gaining a level had awarded Sir Gregory an ability point that could now be spent. If Bob wanted to dig deeper, hovering the mouse pointer over the stat icons would show a tooltip full of useful information. How do I equip Sir Gregory with the cool loot I just found, pondered Bob. Soon he was to discover that pressing the bag icon on the top bar or pressing I would open the master inventory. Dragging items from master inventory into Sir Gregory's character sheet, Bob gave his hero some new gear. Right-clicking on a piece of gear in that master inventory would achieve the same result. Nice. I should probably actually loot these people, you know? But the bloodlust that required satiating and the need for rightful retribution satiating, Bob led Sir Gregory up the hill in hope of finding the Kobold's main camp. I assume here, correct? Hello, you.
Who wants some?
Good morning.
For honor.
I don't know why this just makes me want to speak in some fake, really terrible British accent, but it does. Yay! Alrighty, excellent. Having killed the last of the kobolds, it became apparent that the story is positively willing Bob to enter the mine. Only heroes could enter dungeons, so Bob selected Sir Gregory and right-clicked the mine entrance. Excellent. I mean, I could just, you know, loot, but okay, you know, that too. That too. In the darkness of the mine, Bob's sense of peril grew considerably. It wasn't just scavenging kobolds that lived here, something far more sinister lay ahead. Bob swallowed his fear and pressed on.
You called.
Should probably wait for his health there. Is that a... Oh, that's the exit, it looks like, I believe. Oh, we'll find out. But, interesting. Power Slam, Shield Bash, Taunt, Decisive Victory. Okay. Oh, gotcha. These are all actives. I'm an idiot. Locked door meant one of two things. Huh. Alright.
Forward!
I wonder if, Boop. Yeah.
And
Wow.
so to battle!
Wonder if there's a key in here, by any chance. Oh. I may or may not be dying.
For honor!
Oh, I may or may not be dying. Not. Alrighty. Oh, I should probably increase his... I would say vitality, probably. And a little strength. I assume that's probably his main strength there. Excellent. Did that keep? Yes, it did. Little strength and a little vitality. Good for, you know, not dying.
As you
Oh, look, a key. Hello, you.
We
Good
shall
morning.
engage! Today, you die
Fighting.
horribly!
Horribly. Oh, great. Thank you. Horribly. I mean, I assume I can, like, destroy these boxes and go... Oh god, that was a spike trap of spiky doom and death. Ah, looks slightly painful, Greg. Gonna admit. See, I'm wondering if... I believe the game pauses here. If a hero enters the dungeon, yeah. Or the city building, at least, pauses. Interesting. Excellent. Alright.
As you come...
I'm gonna avoid looting all that, because that seems very dangerous and stupid. Hello, you. Oh. In the heart of the mine stood Nugzurg the Overseer. Monstrous ogre was far more powerful than anything Bob had faced before. Studying his nerves, Bob prepared to fight for Sir Gregory's life.
Standing ready!
Alright.
Come to daddy!
Excellent. I shall fight thee. And goodbye. Lutal. Hello? With Nugzir defeated, Bob's training was complete. Armed with the skills he had learned, Bob was well equipped to hit escape, exit back to the main menu, and start a new campaign. Yay! Excellent. Loot all that, and we are good to go. Alrighty, well thank you so much for watching. I am going to go ahead and start a new campaign here, and then you'll probably see that video come up tomorrow, so... Please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and if I see more of that, of course I will do more of this, and as always, I'll see you next time.